Yo, yo, yo! What is up, YouTube? I'm back with another Catch a Monster. Number 3 about tips and tricks. So, if you had just started the game, then you're probably wondering, what the crap do I do? So, let me just go and start an island. So, basically, this game is all about catching a monster, getting money, and then affording a better Pokeball, basically. And catching better monsters. So, obviously, how you want to know the better monsters is obviously they're not here. But I do recommend catching or beating any monster you can when you're in the starter island. And the best thing to do is to actually, when you first start the game, you see the little gear icon? Click this. I lied. Not that one. Where is it? This gift box. Sorry about that. This gift box, and you can redeem codes. Now, you might be like, oh, I gotta look for codes. Oh my god, codes. All you gotta do, copy, paste it, codes, and then you can use other like pocket tactics. You can use any of these, it doesn't really matter, and it'll show you the codes. Like, look at all these codes that you can just get. Now, some of them obviously don't work, but if you really want to know which ones work, another tip I have is, if you go to the first front page of the screen, like of Catch a Monster, you can actually see down here, you scroll down, you can join their Discord. Now, if you don't know what Discord is essentially like a messaging server app where people can just, talk to other people, essentially. But you can make a server in there, and they just add a lot of info and everything else in there, and there's a lot of helpful people in there who can help you farm bosses, grind raids, and if you don't have portals yourself, then you can join other portals. So it's really just a good way to kind of just communicate with everybody and kind of just communicate with the community, I guess. Let me see. Yes, tip number 3. I highly recommend, if you are trying to get into this game, unfortunately, to actually really get into this game, you will have to AFK grind. And if you checked out my recent video, I kind of show you where the gems are. But yeah, so AFKing is a huge part of this, and it's not even just this game, it's a huge part of Roblox in general. But I mean, it's not as bad as you think, because you think, oh, I gotta leave my PC or whatever you have on all night, whatever, this and that, oh, this and that. Well, you could always do it while you're sleeping. That's what I do. Like, while I'm sleeping, I just have my thing running and AFK my gems. Like, just last night, I AFK'd my grass gems. I have 89. And that's also how I got 766 and 402. So I have a crap ton of gems, and this tip is just overall, if you just started, I recommend just grinding for the next upcoming update. You know what I mean? Because they update every week, and on the bottom of the front page of Monster Hunters, or not Monster Hunters, Catch a Monster, it actually shows you the next update and what time it's gonna update. So that's in 3 days, as you can see, and that's why I'm farming gems and everything else, because I don't actually know what's in store for the next monster, So I also recommend keeping all your eggs and just keeping a ton of monsters on you, because you never know what's gonna have the next evolution. You know what I mean? Like Noctanes, I wish I kept my Noctanes, because I didn't know they were gonna become an evolution and turn into Lunavox. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's really just about preparation about this game. If you really want to hit the top ranks, I do recommend, if you are feeling kind of stagnant and kind of oh man, what should I do? I recommend going for secrets. I guess that's the next tip. If you feel oh man, I got the Tidevex, Undine, oh I'm the GOAT, I'm done with this game. Well, are you sure you're done? Because you haven't even gotten the Eclipse Knight, you haven't even gotten Lunavox, or you haven't even gotten these secrets. Now, these secrets are pretty irrelevant if you have an Undine and Tidevex, but now Eclipse Knight and Lunavox, they are in the meta teams, just simply because of their abilities alone. Now, their base stats might be a little lower, but their abilities alone will carry them further than raw stats. And another tip, what am I? Tip 4, tip 5, is that when you actually look at the monster, after you evolve them, they have an evolution multiplier. Now, as you can see, it says multiplier, and you can kind of guess what that means. Like, it just multiplies your stats by whatever evolution multiplier you got. Now, another thing is not all monsters have evolutions. However, the ones that do have evolutions, most times that are not, have really good like abilities after they evolve. Now, obviously, you can be unlucky and end up getting one of these varieties instead. However, you could get really lucky and get an eclipse instead. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of that gamble. And if you don't have reset potions, you can easily get them by doing the ocean event, for example. See, as you can see, this is how I farm my reversion potions. Other than that, if you are willing to pay, you can also pay for it as well. Let's see, and also in the Spire, I believe you can get reversion potions. Yeah, so there's two other ways to get reversion potions if you don't want to pay. You know what I mean? And on top of that, you don't even need to look at the front page. Right here is actually, it just shows you when the next update is going to come. Now, another thing that I kind of find useless a little bit is the crafting center. It's really only useful for this chaos potion. But if you don't know this chaos potion, as you can see, it re-rolls the EM value, so your evolution multiplier. So the evolution multiplier can go from 140 to 220%. And if you have like a 140 to 160, I suggest re-rolling. On you, totally up to you, but I suggest re-rolling. Because yeah, my guy's at 180 something. I really wished he was like 200 something. But I don't want to risk it either, because I risked it last time and I got literally like 140. So luckily I was able to bounce back. But yeah, let's see, other than that, there are a lot of different ways to actually enter rifts and portals. Like I said, the Discord server, you can easily join there and just, you know, farm portals with everybody else. And another tip that you should probably know is that, oh damn, it disappeared, is that when you're in a rift, all right, even if you have rifts, you need to hit the first hit on them. Now, if you hit the first hit on the monster or the boss monster, it will target your monsters first. So if you don't have monsters able to survive the boss, then most times out of not, you won't be able to catch the monster, because the other person who finishes the monster off and you're like fully like dead, they will get the credit and they will be the only ones to catch that monster. Now, I don't know if they've changed that. All I know is that the only monster that you can like catch together is a voltgator. Now, maybe that's with mechavolt as well. I haven't tried it with the team yet. So, but yeah, just be wary when using your rifts, because if you just full die, then yeah, then you don't even get the credit for your rift, and that's just lame. You know what I mean? Let me see. Another thing is, make sure you're just checking your stuff. You know what I mean? Like your events, your dailies, event shop, events goods and stuff. Now, events are a super good way to kind of just jumpstart your just gaming. You know what I mean? Like, it's a super good way to just get super strong really fast. That's what I did. Like, I only started playing this like last Christmas, I think. And I joined in on the Christmas event at the time, and I had like 3 gingerbread men. But then I ended up stopped playing because I didn't really get the game. You know, I didn't really understand it. Like, I kind of did, but I didn't realize that there was more in depth to it. You know what I mean? So yeah, and if you didn't know, this is how you get the mount, which is the fastest mount in the game with the 65. Now, if you don't know how to get the Dustwing, let me just show you. So another tip is there are mounts in the game. Specific monsters are mountable, and this is where the Dustwing, well actually, the Dustwing can have a chance to spawn anywhere. I'm not sure on the requirements. I think it's a rare spawn, but I've only ever gotten it after AFKing here. Like, I've been AFKing like monsters and everything else, and they tend to spawn. Now, be aware that if you can't beat the boss here, the Gildron, then you cannot beat the Dustwing. unless you can almost kill the boss, because the Dustwing has about the same HP and attack as the boss there. Another tip is make sure you are like locking your monsters. I personally, I never sell all. I never click select all and sell. I never do that because sometimes I fuck myself up and I end up selling all the wrong shit. You know. Another thing is you have an auto sell. All right. This is very, very, very good. If you are looking for a specific rank and you are just AFK grinding, this is the GOAT. Alright, this is amazing. This is the best thing ever. Now, I wish it would put on an auto sell where I can choose to auto sell shinies and stuff like that, but it's whatever. On top of that, in this game there is 3 attributes or traits, you could say. Let's see. They are huge, bloodlet, and shiny. And also, another tip is this index. Super, super, super helpful. Super helpful. Even the ones that you can't even see. This is bad example because these are from the events and battle passes. But even the ones you can't see. Gosh dang it. Where? Yeah. Even the ones you can't see, you can still like see where you can get them. You know what I mean? Now a lot of these are from events, but you know what I mean. Like you can see where to actually get them, and as you can see, it's any weather. But now once you get something, you can see the rank rate and what are the odds you catch a really good one. You know what I mean? And on top of that, you can click the stat simulator, and if you're wondering, oh man, I wonder what it would be if it was an S rank. These are the stats if it was an S rank. Maybe if it was a huge, bloodlet, and a shiny. So yeah, you can really just like kind of just play around with this, and this is essentially how like meta tier lists are even made to begin with. You know what I mean? Like they just play around with this and just kind of show you who has the better stats, essentially. You know what I mean? So obviously Lunavox has way better health than my Eclipse Knight, but over time my Eclipse Knight does take over. So yeah, as you can see, yeah, these other Seekers are just not keeping up with these two. Mechavolt is though. Yep, Mechavolt is. But let's see. Oh, hatching. Okay. Let me get into hatching eggs. So if you don't know, there are eggs scattered around every world. You can capture them and you can hatch them to get a chance at getting the specific egg. Now bosses are different. They drop different eggs. They drop the specific egg that hatches the boss. Example, this volcano egg is a pyroclasm egg. Basically drops the boss. It always has a 100% chance to drop the boss. Now you have to also understand it's a 90 minute wait time. So while doing that, you could also go farming, like AFK farming, or you could go farming for bosses. You can join other servers, server hop, do whatever you need to, because these things run even when you're not in the game. So it's just good to have, like, because sometimes you might get lucky and you might open an A rank like I did. But yeah, I mean, if you guys want more tips and tricks, let me know in the comments. Anything I didn't go over, just let me know. Anything you're questioning, just let me know. But I will see you guys in the next video. Later.